Greetings, 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 greetings. Greetings, greetings, greetings. In case you haven't heard, I am your King Love Bug number 1. Welcome, welcome, welcome to my village, where everyone gets taken care of and no one gets left behind. Happy Friday. Hope you're having an amazing time. And I'm hoping that you're here to have an amazing time. It's fun time. And it's nothing that I enjoy more than fun. So those of you that watch this on the playback, I hope that you'll get just as much joy out of it as we did as we were discussing this topic. Yes, it's Fun Friday. I love you all. Keep a smile on your face and always remain positive. And don't you dare let nothing get you down. Yeah, you heard it right here in this village. Sweetie Pie Rise, it's you and me as usual. Welcome to the village, Sweetie Pie Rise. Today's topic is a great one that I love because there was a time when I really used to watch all of the reality TV shows. I really don't get the time to watch many of them anymore because usually I'm really just too busy to sit still and watch them. I try to catch a little bit here and a little bit there, but overall I'm lost in the sauce now with most of them. It's like a soap opera. If you miss too many weeks, then you just may not be able to catch back up. But you know something, we were talking about reality TV and we were also talking about mothers of the reality TV star and family, and the ones that we found to be the most entertaining and hilarious. And one thing that I enjoy more than anything is when I watch entertainment that actually makes me crack up laughing. And usually, as I have stated many times, we actually know someone that's like that. And to me, that's what makes it the most funniest. Because every family has some folks in that family that's just not right. And usually they are hilarious, right? Log in. Welcome to the village. Thank you for coming in. Hi to you. Love, love back. Thank you for coming in. And the thing that I like the most is, just the ones that I know somebody in my family like that, or, someone that I grew up with, or one of my friends' parents, or uncles or aunties or nanas. And then sometimes even yourself, some of them can put you in the mind of yourself. So we're going to talk about the reality TV parents and family members that we kind of took a liking to, and just enjoyed, we were entertained by. So if there's someone out there that you want to talk about, put their name in the chat. I don't know why this dress seems to be wearing me today. There's quite a few that I really love and enjoy. And I want to start and top this off with my personal favorite, as you may be putting yours into the chat. There was a reality TV family that was very touching. And it's something when someone mother come to the show or family and they take on a personality of their own. And before you know anything, you decide, hey, they're more entertaining than the celebrity. Let's give them their own show. And we already know when they give them that spin-off show, that's going to be the most entertaining of all. And the one that I enjoyed the most was the infamous, outstanding, crazy Frankie and Nefferteria. Neffie and Frankie, Keisha Cole's mother and sister. Man down. Man down. Frankie tickled me. You hear me? I think right now to this day, I don't think a parent or loved one has come on reality TV that was funnier than Frankie. Frankie is legendary, and Frankie will always be near and dear as far as, and so will Neffie in my heart. Shout out to Frankie and Neffie. Oh, I mean, where do we start and where do we end with them, right? And they just was real, right? And Frankie just was herself. And no matter what she went through, I just always had respect for Frankie and Neffie because they was one of them families that literally got it out the mud, right? They came from the gutter, right? And they didn't hide the fact that they've been through some things. And Nefferteria, she just was one of them young ladies that I think most people related to because you done been through so much and you just not having it, right? And when I would see her, I would crack up because it was so funny to me because Neffie was just a bomb. She was going up for everything, right? And she wasn't here for it. I'll never forget this time they was trying to plan a party for Keisha. And Keisha's friends was trying to, put it together. But Nefferteria was like, well, I know what to do. That's my sister. Let me pick out whatever have you. And before long, they was arguing and fighting. And Neffie done took her shoes off all over because they trying to plan a party. And they wouldn't let her say whatever she wanted to do for her sister. And I laughed. And the guy, what was his name? Manny. He was Keisha's manager. He was trying to keep the peace and get them back into the vehicle without them busting loose at the scene. Shout out to Nefferteria. She was just too much. We could go on and on about Neffie too, right? Hello, Mr. D and Miss B World. Thank you for coming in. And I just thought they were hilarious, right? And I'll never forget this time. Frankie called herself dating somebody. And this young man came around and I guess Nefferteria realized he wasn't right. And she wanted Frankie to get away from this young man. And Nefferteria come one day and he was there having the time of his life. And she looked up and was like, oh no, give me my kids and we getting ready to leave. So the guy's daughter came and I guess she wanted to go with Nefferteria. No, she thinks that wasn't too right either. And Neffie got her kids and was like, hold on, wait a minute. This is mine, this is mine, this is mine. And when she got to his daughter, she said, no, you go back that way. Oh, my God. I died. You hear me? Like, oh no, you go on back. We ain't taking on nobody else's stuff, right? Oh my goodness. And I'll tell you something else. I don't care what Frankie been through and what she did. She demanded respect from her children. And I remember one time they had went out to eat with the Coles, and her son called himself trying to, get smart. And she got up from that table and he jumped up and ran because he knew she was coming, right? And she said, "You better run, I'll kick your behind." And what made that real for me is that's how it goes. I don't care what I do, you're going to respect me, right? Oh, shout out to Frankie. I love me some Frankie. And I hope that wherever you are out there right now, Frankie, that you're doing just fine. And we want to just shout you out right here in the village and say hello. And hey, Nefertaria, hey, Neffie. I hope you and your family is doing okay too. I see you on Instagram sometime. And I must say you have grown so much. And I'm so proud of you, Neffie. God bless you. Shout out to Nefertaria and Frankie. Sweetie Pie, I see that you put Mama Jones in the comments. And we all know Mama Jones was a whole nother type of mama. Shout out to Jimmy and Chrissy, because I love them too. What was your favorite memory about Mama Jones? Because Mama Jones was another one that, you know how some people come to a show and you just know somebody like that. And I think she was territorial. She wanted to always know that she had her space in Jimmy's life. And it's very obvious that he loved his mom as well as he loved Chrissy. And I think that she just had to step back a little bit and let her son be the man he is and love the woman he chose to love. And Chrissy is an amazing, amazing, amazing woman. And Jimmy knows that all too well. And that's why he will not move on from Chrissy. Because Chrissy is what we call a ride or die chick, right? She gonna ride it all the way out with you, right? And Jimmy may have him some issues along the way here and there, but she also knows that Jimmy loves her and he gonna ride it out with Chrissy too. My fondest and favorite memory. Rapuya, Vloggers, hello, good morning. Hello. Shout out to the Philippines. Shout out. Yes, I love when she let everyone know that she is his mom and she loved Jim. Yes. But I got a funnier one with Mama Jones. Mama Jones had got upset with Chrissy for one reason or another. Because, even though they love each other, they had the tendency to bump heads. And what I found was so funny with the two of them was Mama Jones decided she's going to go and get one of Jimmy's friends, which was a producer, to produce a diss track for her to say about Chrissy. And they got out to this party, and Mama Jones put on this diss track, right? I'm sorry, Chrissy and Jimmy, it was funny. It was funny. And then she started doing the diss. Oh, hilarious. You hear me? I couldn't stop laughing. God bless you too, Rapuya. God bless you too. Yes, and then she got mad because, Mama Jones started breaking it down. And she like, and then Yandy and her crazy behind gets up and start doing the dance, but the beat was fly, right? And the diss track happened to actually be a decent diss track. Oh, hilarious. You talk about laugh your behind off. Chrissy was so mad at her, but you couldn't be mad at Mama Jones. That was hilarious. And then it was one of my favorite diss tracks that I had heard in a while, right? When somebody make a diss track, it's a hit or miss, right? And if you don't hit, then you actually miss. Oh, that was hilarious. And then she had her little I ain't gonna say the word. I'm numero uno. Oh, hilarious. You talk about laughing behind her. I laughed about that forever. And I love me some Chrissy, but that was funny, Chrissy. And it was fun, right? And it just goes to show you that these mothers is a piece of work. They're a piece of work, but in a good way, right? Ooh, there's another mother that we can't even turn the page good without talking about and bringing up. There's a young lady that came to the Flavor of Love show. And this young lady walked in the room and she just took control. I knew immediately when I seen how she was presenting herself that she was going to be memorable. But I didn't know that she was going to wind up being the head BIC, right, of the house, right? And many of you may know her by the name of Tiffany Pollard, a.k.a. New York. Hey, my chocolate angel. Hi, sweetie. Yes, New York. And let me tell you something about New York, honey. New York came from a firecracker, didn't she? And when it was time for the parents to meet Flavor Flav, I knew when I met Sister Patterson that wasn't going to be a good look, right? And when she got to the house, oh, that's all I could say. As soon as she got there, I knew it was going to be some stuff, right? I love me some New York. You got to love New York. New York is just New York. And Tiffany Pollard will always be someone that I just laugh at. Even when she went to work, that was hilarious to me because she was scared of everything. But she just had that personality that you wouldn't forget her. And if you're going to do reality TV, that's the thing you want to do. You want to be unforgettable. Because if you're not memorable, then it's not making sense, right? And it's not going to make you too much money either. What is your favorite New York and Sister Patterson memories? She was hilarious. Yes. Yes, Miss New York was something else. Sister Patterson. Oh my goodness. When I've met Sister Patterson, let me tell you something. I said to myself, I know me in New York couldn't have hung out. Because that mama there, ooh, you would have to really pray hard not to be done jumped on her, right? Not fussed her out, just literally jumped on her. Get away from me, just being a mess. How you come up in this big old mansion, right? All the parents are sitting up in this mansion having a nice time. You done drug New York to the side and y'all over there arguing. So Flav tried to go save New York. Why did he do that? He should have sent somebody, right? Man up. Just her mama was something else. So Slave gonna go over there and try to save Miss New York or New York. Tiffany, what's going on in my house? This is not how this is supposed to be going down. She looked up and smoking a cigarette and what? No, my daughter's not gonna be with you. Is you silly? Is you stupid? So he's trying to, talk to her like, listen, I'm Flavor Flav. What are you? You got this big old stupid clock around your neck? Oh, I died. Like, how you come up in somebody's house and treat them like that, right? And her little boyfriend, he was so henpecked. He wouldn't say nothing to help out no kind of way. He just was standing there like, oh, no. He was dumb as a doornail. God forgive me, but y'all know that's the truth. That man was so henpecked, he didn't know his head from his toe. He was so glad she wasn't pecking on him. He just stood back and looked. But the thing that tickled me was the time when she got so mad at Flav and she pushed him. Ooh, I said, uh-oh. Look. But he was a gentleman, right? He didn't ball up his fist. Say, you told Harpo to whoop me. He was a gentleman. Shout out to Flavor Flav for being a gentleman. He held it together. Sister Patterson was a piece of work. Another good moment with Sister Patterson was when they had the reality show, and now they're going to let New York find some love. And oh, we cannot talk about this without bringing up Chance. And shout out to the late Real. He was one of my favorites. And oh, Chance, why would you go over there in Sister Patterson's face when you could tell she couldn't stand you? This thing was like, get away from me. Y'all get him. His Chance would say, yo, you cold-blooded. The thing would be like, get him away from me. But you know what I thought was so cute? And I think this is why I like Tiffany, because the ones that her mother didn't like, them would be the ones that she kind of took a liking to. Like, I'm going to give them a chance. I'm not just going to get rid of them because you don't like them. Because at the end of the day, these men are here for me, right? Oh, for a chance. For a chance. Yes, shout out to Flavor Flav. Sister Patterson wasn't here for it, right? Now it's these guys that they done brought to the house. And they supposed to be dating her. And now Sister Patterson decides, we're going to do a background check on these men. Find out how much money they have and what they all about for real. They dang near clean house. And that's the time when, what's his name, the one that married Jennifer Hudson was on the show. And they was calling him Punk. Y'all remember that? He got out of there and not married Jennifer Hudson, but he's with her. Let me correct that. He went on and got with Jennifer after that. And then these men were literally crying when it was time for them to get kicked out, right? I felt so bad, though, when it was time for Real to go home. The rest of them I didn't too much care for because I thought they were there for the camera, right? But poor Real, he really liked her. And he got there and he was like, cried. I was just like, why would you hurt that poor Real with all that pretty hair? He really likes you and you running behind his brother that ain't worth a peanut. Oh, 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 Lord. Yeah, but you cannot even think about any kind of reality show without thinking about Sister Patterson. Now I want to talk about another one of my favorites. And you know, my daughters tell me, they said, Mommy, your spirit is Ratchet because you love all the Ratchet people. And I do. They make me laugh, y'all. Don't they make you laugh? I love the Ratchet people. Okay. There's a young lady, and she has a beautiful daughter and a son named King by, what is his name? Let me get it right. Oh, it'll come to me in a second. But y'all know who I'm going to talk about when I say her daughter is by Rob Kardashian. And her daughter's name is Dream. And her son name is King. If y'all remember her son father name, put it in the chat. I love all the Ratchet shows. I just love to laugh. Yeah, they be good, right? And if you got a couple of friends who is following the shows too, and you get up and get together and laugh together about the stuff you just seen and get your stuff. I don't get to watch them a lot, but when I used to watch them, I used to get my snacks and everything. Like, ooh, y'all leave me alone. Don't nobody bother me. I done did what I had to do, and now it's time for me to sit there and get me some good laughs, right? And don't nobody call me till the show is over. Tiger, yes, that's his name. Thank you. And, you know, when I met Black China, I initially loved me some Black China because she didn't get with Rob during the time Rob was shining. Let's stand up in some truth now. Because sometimes people give Black China a hard time. But Black China got with Rob when he was kind of not doing too well. We're going to put it like that, right? We're not going to tear him down. But y'all know where we're going, right? And she tried to show him that you're a nice man. You can get somebody and so on and so on. And for a minute, I thought they was gonna have a good run for it, right? Yes, she loved Rob. People try to say, oh, she was just out to have the pedestrian name. Well, I'm going to not touch that because I promised myself I wasn't going to come in here and get myself in trouble. Because every time I say something on this stream, somebody think I'm talking about them. If I don't call your name, I am just talking in general. If I got something to say about anybody, one thing about me, I'm not scared of nobody. So if I got something to say about you, I'll say your name. And if I don't say your name, I'm talking in general or something that is concerning me. Now, if you got something else going on over there, then that's your business. But that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about in this village. Maybe something you might have said or did may compare or contrast, but no, it doesn't have nothing to do with what's going on here. Let's be clear. She did. Rob is not a bad person. He just is lost. Yes, Rob is not a bad person. I actually like Rob. Rob is going through mental health and he suffers with depression. And everyone's symptoms are different. And to come from a family where everyone seemed to be successful and getting themselves on the right track and you're struggling to find your niche, it's not easy. And then he also struggled with his weight. And when you struggle with your weight, come on now, let's stand up in some more truth. And you get to eating and not taking it back off, it can make you depressed, especially when you lost the weight and was doing good and looking good. And then you start packing it all back on and just going in a corner somewhere and just feeling sorry for yourself and beating yourself up. And China was trying to save him. But you can't save someone like that. They have to get professional help. And sometimes when you save yourself from a situation like that, people want to stone you because you had to get out of there. I know what it's like to date someone that suffered with depression. And if you ever had a family member or a loved one or someone that suffered with depression, or you suffer with depression, you know that that's not an easy place to be in when someone is not well mentally. And some days they just don't feel like being motivated to do much. And when you're fit and you're up and down and somebody don't want to get out of bed and they just laying around and you don't know about depression, they can start working on your last good nerve too. But yes, Queen, yes. Rob not bad looking man. He's not a bad looking man either. China really did love him and was trying to help him. I agree. And no, he's not. Rob is very handsome. He has a very nice looking face. His daughter, Dream, to me, she looks just like him. They one thing I can say, they have beautiful children, and King is handsome too. So now let's send it up the hill a little bit. Let's raise the roof up a little bit. Because whenever you find somebody like Black China, you always wonder, what is her mother like? Shout out to Tokyo Toni. Shout out to Tokyo Toni. She's another one I love. Y'all like Tokyo? She crazy in some ways, right? But you know what? I kind of like crazy a little bit, right? And yo, all I could do when I first met her was say she's straight up though. But I looked and she had came, this was during the time when Black China, her mama was off the chain, was pregnant and they was about to give her a baby shower and the Kardashians allowed Toni to come to meet with them and, you know, just hang out and eat and stuff while they planning for this baby, right? So, you know, the Kardashians, they got their stuff, but at least they try to be a little bit conservative at times, right? Here comes Toni. She comes strutting on up. Everybody having a good time, party, and next thing you know, she on out there and getting her life, right? So Her daughter tells her, Mom, chill, you know, like, relax. What you? I come here to sing this shit. I come here to sit down and chill. I came here to have a good time. Oh my goodness. And how many of y'all saw that show they had on Zeus with Black China and her mama? Oh my Lord, we had to pray hard, right? Because we love them, right? And you want them to be all right. And you say, okay, I know y'all been having some issues. It's all over Instagram. You want to see your grandchildren and whatever else is going on, and so on and so on. I'm not going to get into all their personal business because, you know, that's not what this is about, right? Lord, they got round there to that show. That producer and the counselor, therapist, whoever you want to call, whatever, they didn't know what to do with them, right? But when she got to Black China's house, you know, I was hoping it was going to start out good, right? Because if you're a mother and you have daughters, you always want to be close to your girls and get along with your girls. No matter what, you want to be able to work past it and forgive and move on. And yeah, I have had my fair share of stuff with my daughters, so they have had their fair share of stuff with me. But we love one another, and at the end of the day, we always gonna be mother and daughters, right? But when they got there, soon as Tony got there, it just was like, no way. They just jumped right into a fight. And then Tony turns around and she says something that is patent to this day, right? And she said, I'm ready to get the F out ASAP. I'm getting out this house ASAP. But she cussed, right? And I said, oh my, this is going to be a rough ride. And what I like about Tony is she's straight up. She don't pretend to be something she's not. And she may not be the typical mom or parent or grandparent, but she is who she is. And what I like about it is every family have that. That person, that auntie or somebody in the family, they done been in them streets and stripped and whatever else along the way, and they got a little edge on them. But at the same token, they cool, right? They cool till you do something to work on them, right? But no matter what, her biggest thing that stood out to me to let me know she had a lot of morals in her, she told her daughter, she said, I don't care what I've been through, you gotta respect me. You're not gonna think you can come at me any old kind of way. So now China friend Treasure figured, well, I'm her friend. I'll try to help out. But nobody told her the rule that whenever you see something going on with a parent and their child, stay out of it, right? Stay out. Don't get in. Stay in the corner and text from your phone or something, right? As long as nobody is really just going on in, you kind of stay out. Why would she go and try to get in? Oh, it wasn't good. It didn't turn out good. Tokyo had a fit. You hear me? Meet me at the park. Somebody tell you meet them at the park. You say the wrong thing. You might become a part of that ground, right? Shout out to Treasure. She didn't know. She didn't mean no harm, right? She just was hoping and praying she could be a friend. And before the show was over, Treasure and China wasn't even friends no more. Everybody on that show had done fell out. So that just go to show you reality TV for you. Ugh. We talked about New York mom, but there was a mother, and I took to this woman because she was that one about to have it from Sister Patterson. And sometimes you need that one person that's going to tell the bully to go sit your butt down somewhere, right? Sit your bullying behind down. Ain't nobody scared of you. And I sat back and I waited a good long time for somebody to step up because I was sick of Sister Patterson myself. And yeah, I said it. And up comes the entertainer, Mama Susan. How many of y'all remember Susan? And Gary. Shout out to the late Gary and Susan. And you know, I was so happy that finally somebody had it with her. And no, you're not getting ready to bully nobody over here. And Sister Patterson wasn't having it either, right? And when they got to the restaurant and started arguing, and Sister Patterson in New York got up from the table, I said, uh-oh, this table getting ready to go up in the air because somebody getting ready to get their tail whipped. And I thought for a minute Susan was going to get up too. But Susan didn't get up. So I started thinking Susan just was a lot of mouth, right? But at least she had a good wolf game, right? Hey, there's a rule. You can talk all the crap you want, but when somebody get up from that table, you get your iPod up off that seat. Hey, you don't never stay sitting down and somebody done got up. That saw somebody get up from the table, right? You better get up out your chair before you be laid out in it, right? Oh, that was so funny. But she was a good wolf because she spoke up for herself and she let her know, listen, you ain't getting ready to come over here and be no nuisance today. I'm sick of you and enough. Oh, Lord, that was so funny. That is so funny. Who remember when they was back at Flav House and this was during the time they was meeting the families and the parents. And it was this young lady on the show and her name was Buck Wow. And her grandmama and mama came to the show. And they started serving drinks, right? And the next thing you know, they had them forgot they was on a reality TV show. They was just partying like rock stars, right? Oh, oh, they enjoyed themselves. I believe somebody got in the pool with their dress on. Hey, food is flowing, drinks is flowing. We don't know when we gonna enjoy something like this again. I'm getting ready to enjoy myself. Come on, mama, sit down. There's plenty of drinks. Come on, Buck, go get some more chicken, girl. Yeah, we in here partying. Everybody's looking. Hey, hey, you out there have a good time. We way out here on reality TV. People can say what they want. We ain't come way out here not to eat and drink and get our life. We don't know when we gonna get a good stiff drink again. Fuck while was lit. And some folks came one up in there with them black folks. They wouldn't have cared if they was green, purple, or blue. Food and alcohol got to flowing and they blended right on there. Yes, oh, from the pool. Yes, splash. Oh, my dress, oh well. Is there any more wine? One of the places, I think it was at the entertainer house, and they was getting drunk. And one girl got so drunk the next morning she was in the kitchen eating some bread, and another girl came down and they started talking, and she said, "You staying here too? You done been here all night, and you don't know who else staying here?" Oh, I promise you, I laughed my behind off. You hear me? How you get that drunk? This your first night in. Oh, Lord, help. Help them, Jesus. Just shout out to Buck Wild and her family because that family there, oh, my goodness. We ain't even going to break them down. We just going to say, oh, my goodness, and leave it there. They came and showed you just how they act, right? And hey, I ain't here to judge nobody. Enjoy yourself, right? They done flew everybody in. Here, y'all, this is pool and a little jacuzzi over here. There's plenty to drink. There's plenty to eat. There's some other folks' parents mingling around in here. Come on in and enjoy yourself. All right. Hey, we don't know. Mama, come on. Hurry up. Hey. This person here, she was very near to my heart, and she always will be. She's somebody that I listen to so much of her music, even in my bedroom sometimes, just laughing and getting dressed and just checking out her vibe. One of the things I loved to hear her sing the most was The Greatest Love of All. And this is a woman that I was rooting for. I was rooting for her and I was rooting for her daughter. And even though neither one of them actually was able to push through, they will always have a special place in my heart because they too were very real. And the young man that this woman was married to, he will always be special to me also because he's been through so many different things as well, but he's still trying and he's still doing whatever he have to continue to do. He lost a son recently. He go by the name of King Bobby Brown, and he was married to the late Whitney Houston. And the two of them was priceless. Being Bobby Brown, that reality TV show was one of my favorite reality TV shows. Whitney Houston, to me, she was the highlight of the show, and so was Bobby Brown's father. You're not enjoying yourself until you enjoy yourself, right? Mother Giselle, for Jesus, welcome to the village. Peace of the Lord upon you in this chat. Thank you for coming in. And Whitney Houston took that camera and she made it her own situation. And so many people said, "Ooh, why would they show that?" Right? But I said, hey, they was being who they are, right? One of my favorite memories on being Bobby Brown, Christmas season had came, and they decided that they was going to have some people come and sing Christmas carols. So I said, wow, this is going to be really cool. And me and one of my friend girls was actually watching this together, right? And before I knew anything, Bobby Brown and Whitney done took the show. They out there dancing and getting their life. And these Christmas carols singing people just stand there like what am I doing? Honey, they was having their own party. You hear me? In their head, right? And I used to love to hear her say, Bobby! Bobby! Oh my Lord. I promise you, every family got somebody like that in their family. Once they get high, that's it. They sit to yelling and talking loud, right? Bobby! That was my favorite. I loved him. I love Bobby Brown. He's so strong. Yes, I love him. I definitely love her. She was so down to earth. For real. Yes, she was. Yes, she was. And I was rooting for her. And I was rooting for Bobby Chris too. Because I do love them. And I was wanting them to win so bad. Love Squad is in the village. Sounds Lady, what's up? What's good with you? Hey, Sounds Lady. Oh, excuse me, y'all. I love when Whitney was on the toilet and Bobby helped her to get that poop out. Ah, I remember that. I remember that. Yes, I remember that. On National. Oh, my Lord. Help, Bobby, help. Bobby, help, help. All right, hold on, I'll help you. Oh, I love when they went to the barbecue and the whole family was there. Oh my goodness. Yes, rest in peace to her and Bobby Christina. Yes, Bobby Christina, she was a unique girl, but she was herself. And what I loved about Bobby Christina is she knew what she wanted and what she didn't want. You wasn't going to run her either. Oh, Bobby Brown and Whitney, they're classic. And no disrespect to Bobby Brown's wife. Shout out to his wife. No disrespect to you, sweetheart. But they was funny. They was hilarious. You hear me? And they rolled for each other though, right? I don't care what they went through. Whitney and Bobby had each other, right? And if you was a sister girl and you know what it was to ride for your man or for your woman, hey, that they did that. If they didn't do nothing else, they had each other back where it counted, right? Yes, Whitney was the one for me as well. Yes, I loved her. Bless them both, yeah. Yes, Bobby Christina was so precious. Yes, we all followed when she was pregnant with Bobby Christina up until she had her. And even the other children, when they had B and Bobby Brown, Prince, what they call the other one, Princella or something like that. And then they had little Bobby and Landon. They had a nice family. And now they have some more children with his wife, beautiful children. Beautiful wife, actually. Yes, she was precious. So shout out to the late Whitney Houston and Bobby Christine to the heavens. And shout out to Bobby Brown, King Bobby Brown and his family. Oh, Bobby! Now this one here, y'all, I don't even know how to describe her. This mama here. Okay, let's see. How we gonna describe her? Oh, the Queen hardly can one believe Whitney Houston actually had left the stage of life. Yes, Mother Cecilia, I can't believe it either because her voice was definitely a gift. And I love to hear her sing. I love to watch her entertain. Even in The Bodyguard, I watched that movie so many times that I probably knew it word for word at one point. And she was definitely a blessing to everybody and effortlessly. She didn't have to try hard when she went to do whatever. She executed it. And I was rooting for her. I wanted her to win so bad. When she died, I cried as if that was my own blood. As well as her daughter. I wanted Chrissy to win so bad. I wanted her to pick up her mother's legacy and take it on so bad. Okay, let's try to get this young lady described. Okay, let me get it together. Okay. She had a daughter. And this little young lady, this little girl, was definitely confident. This little girl worked the camera as well. This little girl had a personality that made you want to know, who is this little girl? This little girl goes by the name of Honey Boo Boo. Who all remember Honey Boo Boo? And she had a mother named Shannon. No, they called her June, right? Her name is Shannon, but they called her June. And Sugar Bear or something like that was her daddy. Y'all know them? Ooh, ooh. Let me tell you something, honey. That family there, they dug deep when they was looking for a family to bring for entertainment, right? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, I thought Roseanne was as bad as they could get, right? No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. That family had Roseanne beat. You hear me? Oh, yes, her mom is something else, right? Okay. First of all, we're not here to fat shame nobody. Just nasty spaghetti. We're not here to fat shame nobody, right? Because hey, I'm sitting here and I love to eat, right? But my Lord, There's no way they gonna bring some cameras in here to film me, and my kitchen counter gonna have every junk food on it you could name. Hey, open up that over there. Give me some more of this over here. We're just gonna show the world how greedy we are. I got this like y'all may say, you know, Queen in there eating her butt up, but you is not getting ready to see it. How many times y'all have seen me make a pig of myself for a live stream? Oh, the beauty pageant. Oh Lord, boss up. Let's go to the beauty pageant. The Queen House. That Roseanne Barr. Yes, Roseanne Barr. Oh, that's a whole nother story. Okay, let's be honest, right? There's nothing wrong with saying, come as you are and be confident, right? But how you gonna win a beauty pageant? And you barely can get in the clothes. You didn't lose 1 pound to compete. Then you go up there to do your dance, and I don't know what went wrong. Everything. Them girls were so mad because they know they was getting cheated out of that show. Roseanne Barr was in the 80s, yes. But eat all day long, right? And then the lady trying to get her on track. Okay, we're going to go walk. We're going to do a little bit of running. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to do the other. I believe it was the 80s and 90s, probably the end of the 80s and beginning of the 90s. And honey, oh, you out there, they got to try to stuff you in the clothes. Then they give you some kind of weight loss surgery. Oh, she was doing all right for a minute, right? And then she got a man, right? She was able to get her man once she got herself together. They had to build that woman like she came out of Build-A-Bear. Give her some teeth, cut her down, do the. I mean, they did everything to her except give her new organs. You hear me? Everything on her was shot. Good googa mooga. How bad do you let yourself go? Oh, but you know what? June was just June, right? When Sugar Bear was Sugar Bear, right? And then he had to found him another woman too. How is Roseanne now still on TV? I think they do run the Roseanne show on some of these other networks, and I guess she's doing pretty okay. But yeah, Roseanne was a whole nother story. When I think about Roseanne, the thing that I remember the most of her was when she went to sing that national anthem. Oh my goodness. Help. Why would you do that? Shout out to June. June was just June. We ain't gonna dog you out, June, because you know it's a lot we could say, but we gonna let you live. We ain't gonna just drag you. Oh Lord. And like you said, this woman wouldn't quit eating. And then the guy she was with must have started saying, look, now she packing all that weight back on. He done got so frustrated, he back out there getting high, the drug, and come on, smoke some of this crack. Maybe you lose a little bit of that weight. I give up. What did I sign up for? Now I'm stuck with this. See what happens? You got to be careful when somebody lose weight and you meet them soon as they lose it. You got to hang around and see if they can maintain it. No, she not, because she made some racist comments. Oh yeah? Oh yeah, she did make some racist comments. I don't remember all the details to it, but she did make some racist comments. Do June look the same after the surgeries? Today, oh goodness. She looked terrible. I don't know what was going on with her, but the last pictures I seen, she looked terrible. When I tell you terrible, terrible, she had them with jail, was on drugs, messing with that guy she met, lost everything. Honey Boo Boo done went to stay at sister house. It got real in that house. You hear me? I felt sorry for little Honey Boo Boo. And good thing she had a decent sister and sister boyfriend that was like, well, just come on over here, Honey Boo Boo. Because they ain't doing right in that house, and we don't need you to be collateral damage. They get locked up all at the fair. They out on a date for the day. Come on, we're going to take Honey Boo Boo and her friends down to the fair so they can have a good time. Now this young man, that he didn't tell her he done violated parole. They done locked him up at the fair. You can't make this stuff up, right? Really, I thought she was Oprah Winfrey's friend with the and a Jew herself. Oh, well, that don't stop people from being racist. They get a black friend or two to hide it. That must have been an oversight, not deliberate. Huh? I thought she was white. Okay. Oh, Lord. This one here. Let me see where we're going to start at. She's definitely the mother that's protective, overprotective. Probably can say, like, my daughter may not have made all the best decisions when it comes to men. And I'd be doggone if somebody else gonna come to her life and be an upset to her. This young lady was a member of Escape. She went on to do so many other projects. She decided to go on a reality TV show, Housewives of Atlanta. She met a producer on the show. They started dating. And later on, they went on to get married and have children. She goes by the name of Candy Burris. And Candy Burris' mother's name was Mama Joyce. Oh, who remember Mama Joyce? Say me. Poor Todd. Poor Todd. Todd had a rough ride. He couldn't do right to save his life in her eyes. And then she had two sisters, Bertha and I forgot the other one name. And honey, let me tell you, they was right along with her half of the time, right? They done went one day to try on some shoes and stuff, and Candy friend went with them, her best friend. I don't know what went wrong with Mama Joyce and her friend, but the next thing you know, they had to hold Mama Joyce back off her. She done took her shoe off at this girl. I'm like, yo, how your friend Mama get to that point? She done took her shoe off. Oh, I can't. Then she decided to come over there and talk to Todd because they wasn't speaking for something she done did. And Candy said, well, Mom, you know I'm going to have the baby. Come over and talk to Todd and I'll try to get it right so that we can try to be a decent family. So I said, okay. She looked like she's going to do right this time. They sitting there playing out the food. So Candy figured she'll get up and go use the bathroom and let them have a little privacy. You know, maybe they may want to talk about something. So Todd trying to be nice. He talking there, this and that. You know, my intentions is good. You know, I just want you to give me a fair chance and everything. Mama Joyce looked up and she said Candy wasn't there. She said, ain't no mountain high enough to keep me off of your A if you mess up with my daughter. When you start quoting songs, you get my vote every time. I couldn't quit laughing. You hear me? Ain't no mountain high enough. Oh, I laughed so hard I couldn't see straight. You hear me? Ain't no mountain high enough to keep me off your behind if you mess up with my daughter. Yeah, she was something too. Oh, Dizzle. Hello, welcome to the Villains. That's Mama Joyce for stop playing. Oh my goodness. He went to war with that woman when he got the candy. Just the fact that he's still with her says a lot. Because the average guy would have been like, oh no, I'm not getting in this situation here. But he stuck in there, right? And he took a lot. He took a beat down from that woman. You hear me? Still remember that time she went and said somebody told her that he was cheating on Candy. I don't know if she made it up or somebody actually had told her that. But she went and said he was cheating, and people said they saw him around. He might have been though, because let me tell you something. Folk can learn some stuff in Atlanta that you don't even know, right? They will figure it out. It be let me tell you, when people start saying somebody cheating, I'm starting to say they might be telling the truth. Mm. Yeah, I'm not gonna get into all the cheaters because we'll be here all night, right? Especially in Atlanta, right? We could stay here an hour just talking about Stevie J by himself, right? Between him and Ray J, oh, you don't need nobody else. And by the time you start dragging Snoop Dogg in and a couple of others, T.I. and a few others, oh Lord, this is just a big batch of cheaters, right? And we ain't even gonna start naming the women, because we not gonna get nobody in trouble, right? They might not know they was cheating. You know what I'm trying to tell you? I didn't watch that show. Oh, child, honey, they was a piece of work. You hear me? Yes, oh, yes. Mama Joyce was a piece of work. But you know what? I'm going to be honest. At first, I didn't really like Mama Joyce that much, and I thought she was a busybody, and her daughter was grown, and she needed to mind a business, right? But when I sat down and thought about it, I said she may go about some of the things the wrong way, but she have her child best interest at heart. And if you are a parent, you want the best for your child. And you want to be certain that someone is not using my child because they want to get ahead in life. And even though he was a producer, he wasn't big as Candy. And she wanted to make sure a prenup went into place also as a shield of protection to protect her child. And that prenup going into place was a blessing in disguise, because I promise you, he knows that you can't just walk away from this marriage and collect past go, because she protected herself. And so many people mess up when they don't sign a prenup. I don't care if you got 2 cans of pork and beans and a sack of rice. Sign you a prenup. You hear me? Because when people get ready to move on, they will try to take everything you got. Hey, sis. Mary Jane TV Creation is in the village, y'all. Say hello to Mary Jane. So you definitely got to be careful. And Mama Joyce wasn't there for it, right? She was looking through a keen eye. Let me make sure this man not over here trying to take my daughter for a ride. And then it made me say, well, dang, is Candy capable of picking a man? Or being able to find a man that really loved her for her? Ooh. But they did get it on the right track. And Candy and Todd seem to be happy. They done extended their family. And we're happy to say, at least it did, find its way, right? Oh, Lord, this is another one. I don't know if a lot of y'all got to see this. Excuse me, sorry. But there was a young man. And he was married for a short period of time to Evelyn. And I don't know what all went wrong with him and Evelyn Lozado, but he wound up being arrested and losing a lot of endorsements as a result of a domestic violence issue. This young man was an athlete and he had done so many different things, well known in life. And somewhere between dating and getting married to Evelyn, he wound up getting in a high profile domestic violence case, and she got her head bust open doing this. And he goes by the name of Ocho Cinco. How many of y'all know Ocho Cinco? I had seen him around way before he met Evelyn. And he just seemed to be a man that had his situation together, right? He was an athlete. He can do what he wants, how he wants. Okay, Mother Celia, thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. And sometimes you see a person and you see some little underlying issues with this person, and you start thinking like, dang, look how he talked to women, or look how he carried himself. Because sometimes Ocho Cinco did come off as if he was God's gift to women, right? And I said, wow, this guy's something, right? But then I got to meet his mama. And they were on a reality TV show. What's that? They call it Marriage Boot Camp or something like that for family or something like that. Yo, that man mama is shell. You hear me? She got on there, and when she would get the drinking, she would tear her whole entire natural behind on him. I started feeling sorry for him. Oh, and that's why, guys, you have to be so careful when you judge people, because you don't never know what they came from and what was going on back at the house, right? And a lot of these men who don't have the most respect for women, and you wonder why. And then you see how they mama fuck up and cut up, and you be like, oh, poor thing. Oh, I started feeling sorry for the man. What, really? Oh, no, yes. Ocho Cinco mother was off the chain. You better know it. I was feeling sorry for him. She used to cut her butt. And then the bad thing about it, he always gave his mom respect. He would never get up and disrespect her. But she would get the drinking, and she would turn into the green-eyed monster. You hear me? Just embarrassing. There's sometimes when somebody offering you a paycheck, you have to say, no, thank you. You ain't about to see me on nobody reality TV show with my crazy family. No, thank you. I'll cash in some bottles first. Y'all think them folks are shelled. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. My family would give y'all some real reviews. You hear me? They could pay me enough to come lugging my family on nobody's show. You hear me? Every other person, I don't think so. And then my family, they would get up there and really cut up. You hear me? A camera done went on. I'll just think Mom had a bottle of Grey Goose. Hold on. And vodka and orange juice in the morning for breakfast, right? So she getting started early. And when you dealing with an alcoholic and they getting started early with that drinking, you already know that ain't gonna be a good day. Especially when they wanted them that cut up, right? See, some people drink and they become nice and sweet, right? And you'd be like, oh, okay, I can work with that. And then as soon as some people start to sipping, you'd be like, oh, let me find somewhere to get out of here and go, because I know before a couple of hours they're going to be in here cutting their whole behind, right? Well, she was one of them. Then when the producers tried to stop her, she would turn on them. Oh, so I'm going home. I'm packing up my stuff. I'm getting out of here. Go. We want you to leave. You done turned this whole house upside down in every bit of 5 minutes. Poor thing. Even when the man therapist started saying, like, this is sad, man. Ooh. I will be right back, Phyllis. I don't come back. God bless y'all. I love y'all. Okay, Love Squad. Love you too. I know. Say no for real. Right. Oh. Until if you know these people do this, why do these shows, soon as you get to the house, they got alcohol lined up. And they haven't even asked you to introduce yourself yet. Y'all go on in the house, we'll be down in an hour. Everybody drinking. By the time they get down there, you know it's always somebody down in that house that's gonna be done got crazy drunk, right? Oh. Wow, yes. Hey, Cosplay, Happy Kitchen. Hello, welcome to the village. Shout out to Ocha Seago. And we hope your mama got her some help. You hear me? Because that lady was crazy, crazy. Oh, I felt sorry for that man. And I don't feel sorry for a lot of men. She tore her behind so bad, I wanted to hug him. She tore her behind so bad, I wanted to ask my mama to go be his mom. Oh, as I said, if they would have said, do you want to bring your family on the show and we would pay, y'all could pay me. Sometimes, folks, you got to find another gig, right? What else we can do? Shoot another shot at me, huh? No, that's not an option. You know how they teach you when you go down there to apply for the little food stamps or welfare, whatever they tell you, you keep saying you don't have nothing and you need some help, right? Well, no, we can't bring my family. What else can we do? Well, what if it's just you and a couple of no, no, and no? We ain't doing that. You hear me? Hands down, New York mom. Jazz, New York's my sister Patterson. But I don't think Sister Patterson had Frankie beat. Frankie could cut her whole entire behind, and NEFFIE was right beside her. I don't know if somebody had them two. Because when you get Frankie and NEFFIE together and they get to cutting up, oh, it's not good. But Sister Patterson was one of the women that just made you want to push her into a wall, right? I don't even know how New York kept any girlfriends. Oh, just imagine you go to her house and you got to deal with that as a kid. Oh, uh-uh. Meet me out at the park. Meet me outside. I'm not coming up in your house. Your mama shall. Frankie and Mama Jones was off the chain. Yes, and Mama Jones' little tail can cut up too. Chelsea B, welcome to the village. Thank you for coming in. Frankie took the cake. Yes, she takes the cake. Frankie probably is my favorite because Frankie was small, right? But oh, when she decided she was gonna cut up, she could turn all the way up, right? And then NEFFIE wasn't no better, right? Let me tell y'all, right? When NEFFIE went to Ayanna Fix My Life, I was scared for Ayanna. When she called her that, acting like a bee, and you ain't nothing but a gutter snipe straight up out the hood, that part. She would have got a hall pass if she would have knocked her flat, right? Who are you talking to? Who is you talking to? Baby. I said this. I thought NEFFIE was going to get up and turn into Miss Sophia on her tail. Jazz. My favorite magic mom is Peggy Bundy. Oh, we gonna get to her too. Yeah, Peggy Bundy was something else. You know what I liked about the Bundys? They never had food. And they always was living in a house at the store. And Peggy Bundy was always smoking a cigarette, right? Oh, I know you style. Oh, the Bundys was hilarious. I loved the Bundys. They were classic too. Oh, oh. I used to love when he come home and he was saying, "What's to eat?" They never had food. They used to go to Marcy and them house and eat up all their food. Oh, yeah, the Bundys. I tell you, honey, these shows is a trip. Man, my bottle always tang powder on a sandwich. Yes, yes, they never had food. And everybody know a friend who they have been to house that never had food, right? They never had food. And how you never have food and you get food stamps? I always tried to figure that out. What they do with the food stamps? Everybody in here gets stamps. And there's never no food. And there's never no proof that food ever existed in here. Y'all just start putting sneakers in the cabinet because ain't no food. Sneakers in the oven. Ain't no food. We ain't getting ready to cook nothing in here. Oh, oh. Shout out to the reality TV moms. This one here, this is probably one that surprised me the most because there's some people that hide their stuff. And to look at them, you wouldn't know that they had the dysfunction that they had going on in their house. And this young lady, wow, she go way back. Diamond from the Players Club. Always known as the beautiful woman, queen, strong, an excellent mom and grandmom, married a king, divorced him, came back to the States to continue her career. Many of you will know her, and those who don't, she goes by the name of Lisa Ray McCoy. I was super duper surprised when I was watching Iyanla Get Your Life and Fix Your Life, and Lisa Ray mother. Lisa, I love you, but she's another pisser. Woo, that woman is a pisser. I said, you know, sometimes you see people with certain personalities and you try to figure it out, right? And then you meet their parent and be like, oh, now I see. That woman was something else. You hear me? And if you haven't seen it, go right here on YouTube into that search bar and search and watch it. Oh, I felt so sad when they were talking about their life experience. And her mom said to her, well, your dad played us against each other with money and destroyed our bond as mother and daughter because he used money as power to get you to go with him and do whatever he wanted you to do. But these women, I knew Iyanla had her hands full and set. And I'm going to tell you something, she knew it too. Because Iyanla can talk to some folks a little crazy when they come on that show. But I think she had a little bit more sense than to say anything out of order to them including the granddaughter, because she was looking like she was sitting on ready too. And if you said one wrong thing, you was getting ready to get flipped out on your own show. And I was just glad everybody made it out safe, right? Oh, shout out to Lisa Ray. And now I see, Lisa, why you have a lot of anger in you somewhere. There's some deep rooted stuff in there. And I see why. I see why. Ooh, it's someone else who came on Ayana's show. And she brought her mom on the show too. And she was on the Flavor of Love, and you may know her by the name of Shay Johnson. Oh my goodness. Again, you don't have to accept every paycheck somebody offer you. Oh, if you know your family is just shot, no thank you. We're not doing this. You got to just, I'm not about to drag my family up on no show because I know how my family gets. You get to try to embarrass somebody, they be just about whipping your behind on the show. We wouldn't make it out. You hear me? I promise you, before that show was over, we done had about 4 or 5 good fights. You hear me? That can't nobody break up. You got to know your family, right? Uh, and they know who to pick too, right? They know who to say they good for reality TV. Let's get them on the show. Let's get their parent in here. Oh, no, my mama is staying back at the house. You got any family that we could bring in? No, not that one. No. Nobody can make it, right? It was one of them shows, I can't remember which one it was, and they did have the parents come, and somebody didn't have one person show up for them. They was the smartest one of the crowd, right? No, I don't have nobody that can come in here, period. Oh, guys, I had a good time in here. Just laughing about these crazy mamas. So if y'all had to pick who you think was the worst, put it in the chat. Which one of the mamas you think is the worst mom? Let's see who get the most votes. I think it's a toss-up with me between Frankie and Neffie. Frankie and Neffie got my vote. Shout out to Frankie and Neffie. They always gonna be my favorites. I love Tiffany too, though. New York. New York was a cool one, but that sister Patterson, yo, Tiffany, yo, mama, Shell. Oh, leave her at the house. If you meet a man and you engage, right, Tiff? Don't you bring that man around, Sister Patterson. Keep him home. And don't y'all forget Mother Evelyn either. How we had this whole hour or so and didn't mention Mother Evelyn, Mrs. E, Toni Braxton, and Tamar Braxton and Mama. We just go in. We go in. we go in while I still got a channel, right? Oh Lord, you done carry 30 years of baggage, right? We love you, Mother E. It's time to let some stuff go. Oh, I promise y'all, I'm gonna end while I still got a channel, right? Oh, how many of y'all be like, oh Lord, not no more. Please, please get some healing. Y'all know it's the Holy Ghost truth, right? Thank you. There's some things that you don't want to say out of respect because that's somebody's mama. But oh, if she don't get rid of some baggage, ugh, oh, get a therapist. And while y'all at it, care Tamar on in there, care Tony with her, get to want everybody got man issues, right? Oh, that father did a number on the whole house. And him and that lady Wanda just is moving on in life. Let me stop. Okay, that house, that house. Wanda and Daddy just is living good, right? That's why you don't let that enemy get you like that. You be mad for a little while and then you say, you know what, let them have each other. Let me get up and shake it off and get myself together and go get me a good old man. I can't get no good old man in here and I'm still growling at the moon. He look at me like, she shall. I get out of here. I still got a fighting chance. You can't keep nobody growling at the moon. You got to know when to let some stuff go and say, you know what, they did me wrong, but I'm getting out of this situation and I'm going to get myself together. And come on, girls. Come on. All of us going to quit being a issue when it comes to a man. We just dragging men around. We done got divorced and we still dragging these men we done divorced. Where you going? You ain't coming back in here. What was the purpose of getting divorced if you gonna sit in here every day? You don't get your hind part up out of here. And you want to see your kids, you see them at the curb, right? Then here come Vince, right? He done tortain my whole situation. How you walking up from them people's house? And David said, what's going on, Tamar? Let me get out of here. Oh, no way. Where he coming from? Oh. And you know, I gotta laugh because Tamar bold, huh? You got your whole baby daddy going in the refrigerator? No. Sometimes all you can do is look at some of these shows and laugh your behind off, right? This can't be real. It can't. I just laugh. I feel like, oh, this is hilarious. They looking, right? Tamar, tell him. No, you stay outside. Well, I can't help if he coming up in here. Oh, y'all get out. Everybody get out. Go to his Everybody got to go. I'm tired of this nonsense. I tell you, these shows is hilarious. Sometimes you just sit back and be like, "Is they serious?" Huh? Well, we had a good time with the Braxtons. I love the Braxtons, actually. They are one of my favorite families. Even though they have some of their little issues, every family have issues, right? Including mine, including yours, if you dig deep enough in it. There's some families you don't even have to dig deep. All you got to do is just sit down in it, right? Shout out to the Braxton family and their values. Yeah. Let me get out of here while I'm still alive. But everybody, it was fun Friday. I done laughed till my nose running. I had a good time in here with y'all. Just reminiscing about our entertaining families, the ones that come along and are just rememberable, right? They're unforgettable. And long after they're gone, we're still laughing about the things they have done and will do, right? And just keep it coming. And as you come to entertain us, be real with it. Because I love when y'all real with it. And I had a good time just talking about all of the real mamas. And to all of y'all reality TV mothers, thank y'all for coming in and entertaining and making the show 5 times better than what it already was. Shout out to you all. And thank you, everybody, for coming in. Happy Friday, everybody, and have a beautiful weekend. God bless you all. Love you.